Oh, hello, and good day, everyone. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I still got 8 people live with me today. I'm not sure what's happening in the last couple of days, but I think there's been an email issue, technical difficulty. My admin just let me know the email took quite long to actually go out. But thank you to all that are live with me right now. It's going to jump on. That's jumping on at the moment. This is going to be a good one. It's been CPI today. How many of you traded CPI? Let me know. Snore. Someone's name is Snore. Says Chadwin, I miss you. I'm not sure. You need to let me know what your name is, because Snore is an interesting one. Unless it's an acronym for something. SNORE. Teresa says, good morning, coach. Good morning to you too, Teresa. Today, coach. Awesome. Money in the bag. It was an interesting morning, interesting day. And what would you have given to be able to know which direction the market's going to take? Like, what would you, let me know. How valuable would that have been to you? And I'm checking my phone here as well. Jen, your name is Snow? Wow. Interesting one. You don't have to miss me. You know where I am. Come and see me. Okay. Awesome. Just checking at some of the technical stuff coming through here as well. So we looked at some big news today. This is just an update on the competition, update on the markets, kind of like a midweek update. I'm going to look at the markets and decide where I think the markets are going to go next. Would you like to know that? Give me a 10 in the chat as well. But we just had the CPI announcement. By the way, the trading day is not done, right? Trading day is not done. Mr. Ashford, how are you doing? It's been a while. Mr. Ashford, it's been a while. Good to see you. Jen says he does these things. That's what kids will do. I'm just logging into the competition section real quick. And I'm going to have a look at what's happening over there. But very informal call today. Just looking at what the markets are doing, what the markets have done. And again, I want to ask you, what would you have given if someone let you know beforehand that was the direction the market's going to take? Like, would it be valuable to you? Let me know. Let me check what's happening. Who's been naughty in the competition is the first question we want to ask. So if you don't know and you've just joined us now, we're running another competition with our students. We've got listed prizes, of course, but it gets better than that. We've got some good prizes beyond what is even listed there, right? Oh, and we're gonna talk about that as well. So if you're in it to win it. Okay, so stay connected as long as you can. We look at the markets currently, and we look at where it's gonna go as well. I'm looking around because I'm setting up all the screens over here. And please, if you are live with me, just let me know in the chat as well who's live with me. All right? Awesome. If you are catching this via replay, there's going to be some value in here for you as well. So if you're on YouTube catching this via replay, especially if you're catching it via replay, in other words, you missed this live call and you come back on YouTube, it will give you an opportunity to comment. So just comment below and let us know that you watched it via the replay. Right now, if you are live on the call with me, do me a small favor. Go ahead and hit the like button. Just hit the like button there. It helps us with the algorithm. That helps us a lot. Okay? Awesome. Now let's look. Interesting times. It's been real interesting watching you guys in the competition. But before we go to the competition, if there's a question as to why the market did what it did, here is why. Right? Here's why. Look at this. This is the big boy, ladies and gentlemen. This is CPI, Consumer Price Index, year on year, month on month. And the core CPI as well. Shout out to Mr. Douglas Hardiman joining as well. Good to see you, sir. Look at this. This is the big one. So the numbers came out. What does the numbers actually mean? You can go ahead and click over here on these folders on forexfactory.com. You click it and you can see that there was an actual forecast of 0.3%. But what actually happened is 0.5%. Right? And what does the green mean? You can go ahead and look here. Right? What does it mean? If it's higher, if actual is greater than forecast, it's good for the currency. So in other words, the dollar is getting stronger and other markets are responding in that in that way as well, right? Now, I wouldn't base everything purely on this because, as you know, insider information goes that way, that they already know this beforehand, right? But that's essentially what happened today. Why you saw that response to the market in that way. I don't think the market is done. It is CPI. It goes both ways. And over here as well, forecast was 2.9%, but actual was 3% CPI consumer price index. And it gives you an explanation over here. Consumer prices account for a majority of the overall inflation, right? Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices lead the central bank to raise interest rates out of respect for the inflation and containment mandate. So it gives you an indication of what is actually going on. Now at 5 my time today, that will be about, let me see, in about 20 or 19 minutes from now. That will be 19 minutes from now. We're going to get Fed Chair Powell speaking, and that is bound to give the market some reaction as well. And then the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Donald Trump, will be speaking a little later, tentative. So we'll have to check what time that is. And that should move the markets as well. But it's been an interesting one. It's an interesting one. So who traded the CPI? Let me know in the chat if you did. And if you didn't, say no, coach, I didn't trade the CPI. I didn't do that. Let me know. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to bring up a couple of screens. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to start at the last page of the competition, right? Start at the last page, because what we want to see here is who's been naughty, right? Who's been naughty. So let me go ahead and do that. And this is the naughty list. If I was Santa, this would be the naughty list, right? The naughty list is these 3 people who's gone into DQ here at the bottom, right? DQ. If you're there, don't take it too seriously, grow and learn from that. But we have to look at it in any case. So the actual drawdown limit on the accounts before you lose this particular competition is you drop below that 6% drawdown. So when you see numbers higher than 6%, what that essentially means is that this number's over here, the percentage return, not the one back from the first place, but the percentage return over here means that you left that trade open way beyond the 6%. Now, what's interesting is the one at the bottom, KWF guy. I'm not sure who that is, but that one says up 3.6% now. But earlier when I saw it was down 12%. So the system still tracks where your overall price is, right? It's still tracking that. But what you want to see is the DQ on the side, right? The DQ on the side shows you what has actually happened. And that DQ means that you're going below the 6%. Somebody type in the chat, naughty, right? Let me know if you guys are still on here. Naughty. I wish there was more people on here today. I'm not sure what's happening with the emails. There is way too little people on. Last call, I had over 40 people on here. So we need to check into that. Definitely don't want to come on if you guys are not showing up for it. But I'm going to keep, because you are here, I'm going to make it happen. Mr. Risa says naughty. That's it. Absolutely. How do we go to DQ in one trade? We got to learn. Did not trade it. Okay. Let's move forward to page number 1, because that's where the action is happening right now. As you can remember, yesterday, drastic difference in the top spot over here. Yesterday, we were looking at cash flow DR sitting at 4.2% in the competition. Still in the running to win a free mastermind cohort 8-week program, which, by the way, is going to be groundbreaking. This is not the mastermind as it was before. This is me taking it from the beginning, A to Z, in a different way. So it's going to be groundbreaking. Mr. Darren is up next with a 1.34%. I'm liking this. Mr. Darren, Mr. Timothy, and even IC Art. These 4 from the top, I've been watching them, and it's a slow and steady kind of approach. And that's what you want to do, right? Slow and steady. Quick reminder again. If you are in the competition, because I'm seeing some people hasn't taken any trades yet, there is a requirement for a minimum of 3 trades per week, and 3 posts in the school group. Right? Let me quickly go over the rules again, in case you guys forgot. Where is this? Competitions. Before I go into the charts, right? So, what's the rules? Don't lose more than 6% from your high water mark. Don't lose more than 5% daily. Must take 3 trades minimum per week, and only 1 entry into the competition per person. Multiple entries will be disqualified. Must log into the school community and comment on 1 post at least 3 times a week, right? You need to be in there at least 3 times a week. I want to see activity. That's part of it. So the last thing you want to do is win the overall competition, but not have these in place, which we'll check afterwards, which means you'll forfeit the actual prize. So make sure you get that. So first place, free mastermind 8-week cohort program. Second place, one-on-one with a coach of your choice. Third place, 10K evaluation. Fourth place, 5K evaluation. And then from 5th place, just for participating, all the way to 20th place. All the way to, I think it's 10th place. 10th place, you go to win the draw for 5K evaluation account. And then up to 20th place, everybody gets a 15% off their next prop firm challenge, and that will be valid for 30 days. Give me a 10 in the chat if you're still tracking with me and you're here. And if you just joined, please put your name in the chat as well, so I know you guys are live with me. Last time we had 71 contestants. This time we didn't promote it to as much people, right? This time we just went to our students, and that's why we got 46. But 46 is good. Would have loved to see it over 50, but 46 is good. We got some people engaging. Here's what I want to see before I go over to the charts, and we're going to talk about that. Is I don't want to see 46 entries, and then let me get to some of these pages. Let me see what's happening here. No trades, right? No trades. No. This is not on, right? No trades also equals automatically disqualification. So even if you were in the competition and didn't do those things, like take the trades and do those things, then you are disqualified from all of the prizes and the special events that are coming up related to being part of the actual competition. So let's not try and game the system this time around. Coach is going to be really strict, right? Just because you entered doesn't mean you're going to participate. So I want to see participation, right? This is okay. If you took some trades and you're down 0.1%, I want to see some more being taken, but at least you're in the running. You're trying something. Let's get active. Let's take those trades. Let's not be fearful. Let's not also gamble. Okay. So last thing, let's go and have a look at the current standings again. Top spot, Mr. Cashflow DR 2.84%. Yesterday people didn't want to challenge him because he was at 4 point something, and I told you, as the wheel of life turns, I understand how this works. Shout out to one of our own, Mr. Timothy, as well, coming in at 1.28%, and Darren doing phenomenal at 1.33%. And remember, when you learn the skill set, you can scale it up to different account sizes, and 1% can be massive, right? 1% can be massive. So awesome. Now, what if you knew where the market was going to go at the top of the day? Would that be good? Give me a 21 in the chat if that would be awesome, right? If that would be awesome. So first we're going to do a market recap. This is a midweek outlook. And we're going to start off, you know what, let's go reverse. We'll go from the bottom to the top this time around. Okay. I'll bring it up for you now. 21 in the chat if you thought that'd be valuable. Now, as well, while you're joining, if you are currently a student, whether you're part of the Mastermind program or whether you are part of the KDT Academy program, let me know in the chat which one you're part of, and then also answer the following question for me. Did you have a look at the daily projections today? Right? And I'm hoping your answer to that is yes, because I got up and spent 2 hours doing that. So hopefully you guys looked at that, right? And here's why. Let's have a look at what happened in relation to what was projected this morning. right? And I can promise you that we projected that. If you're not part of the team, let me go ahead and find the projections for you as well, so you can see. I shall bring it up, and I'm going to show you the before and the after, if we get there, right? But you should have found phenomenal value in this, right? CPI NFP today, everybody, big moves on the chart. If you took a small position, maybe you could make money. If you followed me and you stayed out of it, the day's not over yet, right? But here's what we're looking at. At the top of the day, somebody says, yes, someone put 42. No one else is admitting that they looked at the projections, so shame on you. You're about to feel bad. At the top of the morning, this was my projection for you on NQ. We were in H4 supply, and this was coming from yesterday as well. I told you that likely we're gonna go down. Boom. We hit this demand zone. That's a massive move, everybody. For an actual trade, that's a massive move, right? Let me know if that's good. So we went down on the NQ or MNQ. From here, somewhere here I gave it to you, and there's where we dropped to. Then on XRP, and I know this one is like nobody wants to see it go down. Now we didn't get as much of a move, but the same thing is true over here. What was the anticipated direction? Down. So XRP USD is still in this holding bay pattern. I think it's waiting for a news event. That's what's going to happen. Drop your name in the chat if you just joined me. I see more people joining up now. I think it's waiting for a cryptocurrency news event. Let's see what Trump says later today. I think the entire crypto market is doing that at the moment. So that's why it's in this. And you can see it's in this holding bay for days now. I still think we drop down into this level over here. I don't want it to go there, as I am a XRP holder. I don't want it to go there. I want it to just shoot up from there. But I do think that into the midpoint of this wick, boom, and we go up. Peace and blessing to you too, Mr. A. Now, that's one chart, right? Let's check how many ones we were accurate on today. So MNQ, boom, from top down. Okay, we're accurate on that. Direction on the XRP down as well. So if you were taking a lower time frame, this is a 1 hour chart, taking a lower time frame position to the downside, that was also the correct direction. Now it gets better. Let's look at gold. Also given to you at the top of the morning, right? Jalov says 1.4 on XRP monthly. Okay, we will see. This one's epic. Look at this. And if you followed my notes, right, my detailed notes posted at the top of the elite group, what did I tell you? Be careful for XRP, sorry, be careful for CPI. It is known to go both ways, right? And so you got to sit out that initial 30 minutes. Now let's look. I told you from the top down, what do we get? Top, down, and then up, right? That's expected. It's expected to go both ways. But we did the initial move. Let me show you. Here's your CPI move. Bang. And here's the return up now. Right? Is that good? Let me know in the chat. Please let me know and stay active with me in this chat. Alright? And also, if you just joined me now, do me a favor. There's 15 people on this call. Please, all 15 of you, hit the like button. That's why I'm joining. I'm jumping on live every day. I hope you guys appreciate that. We'll talk about where we think some of these charts are going to go next. And let's look at that. So that's another one. So 1, 2, 3, all correct. All posted this morning. And let's go to Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin do? Posted this morning as well. We were over here. No, sorry, we were over here somewhere. Yeah. All right, posted this morning. What was the projection for it? Down, not up. I saw so many people on social media saying up, right? But this was the initial projection, down. Again, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency being held in a holding bay. You can see this, right? So not much to write home about there. I want to see it come to that level, which it now has. And from this point onwards, honestly, I want to see it start progressing up again. But we'll see. I think it's going to need a news catalyst from that. Okay, so cryptocurrency, a little muted here and there. GBP USD also given to you at the top of the morning. What was the projection? Didn't reach all the targets, right? But what did we get? We're in the decisional point. I said to you over here, we're going to go down, and look what we got. So I asked you earlier, what would you give to know the direction? We've been posting these things on a daily basis, but some of you are not utilizing it. You're looking purely at the patterns in the session, but not looking at the charts at the bottom. So let's go and look at the charts at the bottom. Remember, this is why we now post market direction on a daily basis for you all, so that you can see what's up, right? And we're looking at ways to simplify it even more. But again, boom. So far, MNQ, XRP, XAU USD, BTC USD, and GBP USD, all of them correctly anticipated. And what's left is NAS 100 and Euro USD. Let's look. NAS 100, perfect delivery. I gave it to you at the top of the morning over here, and I'm going to prove all of this right now. Told you we're going to go down into that, and boom, we did. And I told you CPI goes both ways. So we're gone down. Now we're likely going up. By the way, here's a little tidbit for some of you at the moment that are still on this call. The point at which price drops from or rises from when the announcement comes out, so the exact moment the announcement comes out, that's called a data high, right? A data high or a data low. And usually price will gravitate to try and get close to that, if not take that out again, right? So check that out. Thank you, Mr. Jala, Mr. Matthew. Best trading explanation online, no fear. Let me put that up, right? Proof is in the pudding, coach's pudding is sweet. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Now, last one, Euro USD put out this morning as well. And look what we did. Now, this one is good. I might post this in the school community. This one, I actually drew up, screenshotted it. Let me show you. We didn't get all the way. Remember, we don't have to get all the way. Why not? Because there's divergence on the charts. One chart will take it and the other chart won't. So I drew this one up right before entry. I screenshotted before the entry when the announcement came out. That was my stop. That was my entry. And I let price drop. Of course, we don't wait for all of that. We take profits at logical lows there and there. And if it had gotten further, it would have been there. Okay? That's what we do. Okay. So that's that. Now, let me take you quickly to something and show you when was these things actually said. Right? I can't show the entire page because, of course, we got students in there and their personal information. So let me take you to the school community and show you over here. As you guys can see, 8 hours ago, these directional buys were given 8 hours ago, right? And here's what I said. All bets are off. It's CPI day. This is one of the most volatile trading days, so proceed with caution. The safest approach is to avoid entering any trades during the announcement and wait at least 30 minutes after the announcement to look for opportunities. During the announcement, spreads widen significantly, leading to poor fills. And if you are not already positioned, CPI days are known for manual intervention by market players, which can result in unpredictable price swings in both directions. If you are trading the competition, the CPI release is the fast way to blow your account. Stay safe and trade wisely. And then here's all the charts. Mr. Chris Eswood says, this kind of detailed notes on today's trading is very helpful. Even though you have said many times during class, I often forget CPI and NFP are crazy time to trade. Sometimes I find myself wanting to jump in a little bit. I'm thinking I'll catch the right one today, but I will not. I'm going to wait and maybe not trade at all. Thank you for that advice. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Chris. So you can see proof. I click on that link. I share this tab. That's what I shared. Right? This was the chart this morning. If you looked at it. Now let me see again in the chat. How many of you who are students currently went and looked at the projection? Say yes or no. Right? No means you didn't check. Yes means you did. Don't worry. I'm not going to be hard on you. So that was... You see the GBP USD over there? The next one was Euro USD. That was the projection. As you can see, we've gone and almost hit that target as well. Right? This was posted this morning. And NASDAQ, I'll show you now. Right? Also posted this morning and said if we are above here, by the time the announcement goes up, then we go up. Else, if we hear the announcement comes out, we go down, and we went down. Right? Give me a 10 in the chat if you guys are seeing this at the moment. XAU USD. This is how clean the charts was as well. Right? Look at that. Up in there. Drop down. Right? That's what we did. Drop down. That's the gold move. Also, the rest was the Bitcoin, the XRP, and the NASDAQ futures. All of them are exactly the same chart. I'm not going to bore you by going through all of them, but that is what happened. Okay, so now let's talk about, and I won't be much longer, but let's talk about where the charts are at now, right? And we're going to look at structure, and we're going to try and determine. Now, what's interesting is if you were live with me yesterday on yesterday's call, you watched the stream yesterday, you would have anticipated the entire Euro USD move today. Did you know that? You've been able to anticipate the entire Euro USD move. Let me share my screen again. Here's why. You would remember that on the stream, we didn't get the entry because price was stagnating around, and that's what typically happens in advance of CPI days, right? Well, what did I say? I said on that 15 minute that we were looking at, we were over here, by the way, over here somewhere. And I said, what I'm looking for is for price to turn around in session to give me a stop on break, right? And of course, session finished. We didn't get any of it. But then today in session, we got that, right? We got it over here, got it over there. And what did price do? After giving that, went in and dropped off. Right? Exactly as expected. So let me know if yesterday you remember that from yesterday. You were live with me yesterday. You would have remembered that. Okay. So what now? What is Euro USD going to do now? The announcement is out, and we've still got some more speaking happening now from Fed Chair Powell. Let's see what the actual setup is doing. Now remember, those data highs, those things are important, but we also want to understand what structure is saying. Currently, and we're going to be starting this mastermind cohort soon, which will be sending out information for you guys to apply to if you want to. I'm going to be talking about the actual master pattern which develops over here, right? So that's what I showed you yesterday. Now we are seeing that same thing continue over here. I would even venture a guess and say, and I'm not going to cover all the charts, so let me know in the chat what other chart you'd like me to cover in addition to this. I'm going to go to the DXY real quick, because I want to show you something. Okay, option I to invert it. And let's do this, 1 hour. I want you to notice something. Here's your sign that price is going to go down even before it went down. See that eyes? See those eyes? Do you guys see it? Let me know in the chat if you see it. That is your first signal that the market's gonna go down, and it went down. It gave you that, right? It produced that. Then what happened? How do we know it's going to go up at that point, coach, and not go further down and tag that bottom point? Well, look at the bottom over here. Look at that low and that low versus this low and that low. That, ladies and gentlemen, is divergence. Type in the chat. Let me know if you saw that divergence, and it gave us the indication that we're going to go up. Now, if we are going to get further downside on this, listen carefully. For those of you who are still in the competition, want to make a little money, right? If we are going to get further downside on this, I am not trading it from here. I don't care that it's going down. I'm not trading it from here. Why? We have divergence at the lows, divergence at the lows. That means we could go higher up. write down what I want to see on this particular 1 hour. Before the next session or in the next session, I want to see, listen carefully, and I'm moving this across just for clarity. I want to see this chart go into that gap and this one fail to go into that gap. That's the first thing I want to see. That's what I want to see, right? That's going to be a signal to me that there's more downside. I'll look for the new master pattern out at this level all the way to the downside. Give me a 21 in the chat if you guys are still finding this valuable, right? It amazes me sometimes how people want to learn, but they don't want to stick and hear what is meaningful. They don't want to take notes. So either, and by the way, this is either or, right? Either or. Either this one goes in and that one doesn't, or this one goes in, the DXY, and this one doesn't. Both of that is the same info. If I'm going to see further downside, that is what I want to see. Now, what's the time now? Let me check. It's 10. So either that happens, right, by 11 up in there, or we see it a little later between 2 to, I hope it doesn't happen in between session, but between 2 to 4 p.m. But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see price go in on the one and not go in on the other one. If we see that, right, this is what we're going to see. That's already looking good, by the way. It's looking like this is the fake move down to produce the actual move up, then to produce the overall down, right? That's what happens. So let me check real quick. Okay, so this would be an example. So we go, let's say we go up from here into there. On lower time frame, we break down. First target over here, next target over there, right? And then I'm gonna kind of like draw the same thing again. Just you have to remember, either one of them can go in, right? Either one of them can go in, and the other one doesn't have to go in. So there. So we'll draw this one as if it didn't go in. But again, remember, either one can go in. We swap it. So that's what I want to see. If I want to see further downside at this moment, do I want to look to actually buy? Should be a question as well. Let me check. There is an argument for a buy. There is an argument for a buy. Let me show you. There might be an argument for a buy right now through the data high, right? If I'm taking a buy, here's how I'm taking a buy. We've come into this gap, went through it, pulled back into it. On this one, we went right through it, right? And so that's divergence at the lows, as you can see as well. So how do I get a buy here? Let me check. And this might have been the 30-minute after the new setup. So firstly, I'm checking if the 1 hour is external. And by the way, I cover all of this in the mastermind cohort that's coming up. And it is, and there's divergence at the lows. So likely a 5-minute up. No, I don't like it. Not yet. I would have loved to see price go down first and then go up, right? Which we didn't get. So for now, I'm going to stick with the order flow of down. And I might be wrong on that because it is CPI day and there is a data high that it can target. But I don't like to change my rules based on just anything. This is what I'm looking at. Give me a 15 in the chat if you believe your rules should stay the same. Let me see who's learning. Okay, that's that one. Almost done, everyone. Let me go ahead and check what our NAS is doing. Boom. Okay, so this was a good one as well. We saw divergence again at the highs on SPX yesterday, right? We saw that divergence on the highs. Let me change the SPX over here. And let me invert it. See how that signal here is that first signal to go down, and we went down. Now, however, we've also put in divergence at the lows. This is a consolidatory market. This is going to wait for a later announcement today or tomorrow before it's going to actually give some more movement. This is not what you want to see. You don't want to see divergence on top and at the bottom at the same time, right? That means it's going to range for a bit. Now, again, simple thing. If I am going to see it go further down, then I want to see this one go into that gap, right? Price go into that gap over there. I'm taking nothing here, by the way, nothing. And then this one over here, I want to see it fail to go into that gap. And that gap, I'm going to say, is between this 2 weeks over here. I want to see it fail to go into that one, right? And that's going to give me further downside. Right now, order flow is down. I don't want to fight the order flow, so I'll trade in the direction of order flow, but that's what I want to see in terms of the market do before I take another trade on that particular thing. Now, it might mean that I miss it because there could be an argument that it went in there on the 15-minute and is likely producing a master pattern on the 1 minute, which it is. So we might actually see, you know what, on this one, we might actually see it start to target these lows even without going back up there, and maybe it goes back up there tomorrow. Yeah, this one's seeming a bit more likely. Let me check the 15-minute on both. And let me see if there's some form of divergence over there. Yeah, there definitely seems like there's divergence. The one went in on the 15-minute and the other one, let me check. Yeah, it's going to target that lows. It's going to target that lows. It's already done it. It's done it on the 15-minute. Either one of these that takes the lows first, so this one or that one, once they take the lows, I'd be out of that trade. Whichever takes the low first. So that's the low there. And again, not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. Right? And that would be the low there. Whichever takes the low first, that's when you get out of the trade. But that's good information. Why do you do that, coach? Because then it's diverging. If one takes it and the other one doesn't take it, that means you've just experienced divergence. Right? So there we go. Okay. Let's do one more. Maybe let's do I want to do one without divergence. Let's look at gold. Because I don't want you also to believe that everything is something you must have and do. You can simplify it as well. And we're almost done. What do we have? We did come into this level over here. Fell down. Gold was at an all-time high. We are seeing the dollar gain a bit of traction. But my caution with gold is, let me check. The 4 hour, we didn't quite go down to the low. We went into this gap. I want to see if we fulfilled that 1 hour up. Boom. Okay. You know what? We cleared the data highs. I genuinely think that on, let me check, 15. Yeah, I think we see low price action on gold. I think we see low price action on gold. It's producing that pattern again. I'd like to see it move more energetically. What I want to see before I confirm that is, we've got this demand fail. We got that supply hold. Don't forget that, guys. So that's important. But what I want to see is, on the side, before I get convinced we're going to go further down, is I want to see an FEG appear on the side. Somewhere here in the market, or here in the market, or even lower, appear on that side. Once that happens, that's better confirmation that we're going to go ahead and target that low over there. So trading is most of the time, 90% of the time, it's a waiting game. Right? That's what it is. Okay, so that's that for now. Market update. I'm not going to go through all the other ones. Thank you guys for staying with me so far. Let me just do a last check on where we are at. And I will see you tomorrow. And hopefully, depending depending on the time, I will jump on a little earlier. Here's the update for the competition, still at the same spot, at least the top 3 and maybe even 4. I'm not taking an additional trade just yet, but that's where we are. It's going to be awesome. Again, whatever the prizes are on here, that's not all. I want to see people participate, so I'm going to make it even sweeter for everyone. We have, out of 46 people who started, we got 3 that's been DQ'd, which means disqualified due to a drastic drop. Check this out. This account is still running, right? And we have negative 7.8% over here. So that is some heavy risk. Thank you, Teresa. You said beyond helpful. I always appreciate you jumping on. And you know, this little bits of information that people overlook sometimes is where the value actually is. But you guys be blessed on purpose. It's been lovely to hang with you guys today. Another 40 minutes of commitment from you guys, so that's awesome. Please go and study the charts. Wait patiently. There is still opportunities today on the chart. Let me tell you that. CPI will give you another opportunity today still on the chart. But you got to be patient. You got to wait for it to play out. You got to tell yourself, no rushing. I'm going to wait for it. Okay? You guys be blessed. Please, before you jump off, do me a small favor. Just like the stream. That's all I need from you. Right? Like the stream. Thank you, everybody. You guys be blessed on purpose. Thank you, guys. Good day. Goodbye.